Good morning.
Good morning.
How's the Josh?
Hi.
How's the Josh?
Hi.
Wow. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Atul Maheshwari. I'll be the Sadhana for today's meeting. Before the start of the meeting, I would like to set 3 ground rules for the meeting. The number 1 rule is, please switch off your mobile phone or put it on a silent mode. Please do it now. As a Toastmaster, we don't talk about religion, gender and politics. So please don't talk about same. When someone is speaking on the stage, please avoid cross-talking. With this, everyone has a mission in life. Similarly, we as a club have a mission. So I would request everyone to stand up and take the oath of our mission. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which every member has the equal opportunity to develop communication and leadership skill, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I announce the meeting number 467, and I would like to invite our presiding officer, Dipanshu Jindal.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So before we start our meeting, I have just 2 major announcements to be said from the EC. First is that the last few days are left for the renewals. The renewals will close on 30th September. So I urge all the members who have yet to renew, please renew at earliest possible and reach out to our treasurer Toastmaster Ganesh for any help you need. Second is, as per popular demand, as most of our members showed interest toward joining the EC has decided that we are going to extend our EC with 2 roles, which is Associate VP Education and Associate VP PR. So being part of EC has many perks. You get to meet to the district officers, you get to meet to the other EC officers of other clubs. So all those who are interested towards knowing more about this, how to become, how to be part of the EC officer, I would really urge you all to give your name to any EC officer so that we can, and we are going to close this room, so as soon as we do it, it would be great.
Who all are the EC members?
So in EC there are almost 8 members, starting from the president. There are 3 vice president, VP Education, VP PR, VP membership. Then there is secretary, sergeant at arms, and treasurer. And there is also immediate past president, who is also the part of the EC. So with this, let's move on to our wonderful guest introduction. For the guest, just please share your brief introduction so that we can get to know you and what are your expectations from our club. So, sir, would you like to go first? You can speak from there.
Hello, myself Prashant. I just recently completed my graduation with computer science. My friends suggested me to join Toastmaster to brush up my communication and leadership.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Myself Hetal. I'm working with an NGO. The name is Sahas. So we are focusing on solid waste management. And basically I'm from Gujarat. And it's been 3 years that I'm in Gurgaon. And I met Bakul very recently. So through him I got to know about these classes and I was interested in school. That's it.
Let's move on to our Toastmaster of the day today. Today we not only have 1, but we have 2 Toastmasters of the day today. They both have participated in multiple contests for the Millennium City Toastmaster clubs and won many awards for our club. They both are exceptional, energetic and exuberant members of Millennium Toastmaster Club. They are also the members who have been part of this club for much longer than most of us. They have been one of the founding members of our club also. And today they are going to speak about Amarnath trek, the journey they took. And it's a very difficult trek. It's almost 48 kilometers long, and they took upon the journey. Both of our members went there. So here to speak more about that particular journey and to conduct our session, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Toastmaster Bhanu TM and Toastmaster Bakul.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So past 3 days, it looked like the meeting won't happen and we have to go back to our online mode. What do you think, people?
Yeah, but because the rain god was trying to complete the quota in Gurgaon, and that is the reason for last 3 days we were all drenched, or roads were drenched, right? So if at all we had to come in last 3 days, possibly we would have come swimming. Right?
Thank God, the clouds, rain gods have relented and we are got this opportunity for this meeting today.
Yeah. So we'll start the meeting. Welcome to meeting number 467th meeting. Right, for last almost 8 years we have been meeting. Why we are in this attire is because this is the attire we had used while trekking. Okay, so we decided that we'll go in this attire today. So that's the way it is, and what preparation we made and all, we'll get into those details. So let's go to the next one. Yes.
Okay. So our role today is of that of a bead weaver. So what does a bead weaver do? It collects the different parts of the meeting today. So today's meeting is divided into 3 parts. The first part is for better speaking, where our prepared speakers will deliver their speeches. Second section is of table topics, where you have to think on your feet, and it's also called better thinking section, where our table topics master will invite random members from the audience and ask him or her to speak on a random topic. And the third section, which is evaluation and also known as better listening, where the feedback would be given to all the speakers and role players. Any feedback to the speakers and role players can be given on a URL which will be shared by our EC team. Also, finally we will be having a voting for all the role players who have done their job as the best. It would be at the end of the meeting.
Yeah, so before we get into the meeting, we should have a smile on the face.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
You all agree?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So, but before that, there's a part of the day. Yeah. Okay. Word of the day is Pinnacle. How many of you are familiar with this word? Most, right? Pinnacle is a noun. The meaning is the most important or a successful part of something. A high pointed rock on a mountain, because we had gone to the mountain, so this is what they have chosen. The synonyms are apex, peak, vertex. I did not know this word, it is vertex, zenith. Zenith is also at the peak, so I mean in the process now we will be learning 5 words. Sentence is Reena is at the pinnacle of the corporate career, right? Or the pinnacle of Himalayas keep challenging us to conquer them. So this is the way it can be used. During this session, if somebody uses pinnacle as a word, we all give thumbs up, because the person using the word in his proceeding or a speech, he is helping us memorize the word even further. It comes in the usage, because it is said, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So we have to use it to come into our daily routine, okay? But now we'll get into the tickle, okay? So Jokemaster and my dear friend,
To make us laugh today, we have a Jokemaster who is the recent entrant to our Toastmasters family. She has joined our club in September, and she holds a PGDM in HR. She has taken a break from her work, and she loves cooking, traveling and watching Netflix. Please welcome with a big round of applause our Jokemaster for today, Toastmaster Shruti. And her most memorable, challenging adventure in her life was going on Amarnath Yatra.
You also going to? Yeah. Okay. To share your experience.
So that was 10 years back. Over to you, Shruti.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I'm the Jokemaster for today, and I hope I'm able to do justice to the role. So let's start. So once there was a married couple who never ever had a fight in 25 years of their marriage. So one friend of the couple asked, "How is that even possible? You guys never had a fight in 25 years of marriage?" So the husband replied, "Well, we went to a ranch for our honeymoon. So while horse riding, my wife's horse jumped and she fell off. So my wife got up and she patted the horse and said, 'This is your first time.' So after a while it happened again. So then my wife said, 'This is your second time.' And when it happened for the third time, my wife took out a gun and shot the horse. So, so the husband said, like, I shouted on her. I said, 'Are you mad? You killed the horse?' Well, she gave me a look and said, 'This is your first time.'"
Thank you.
Please don't tell this joke to my wife. That's what I have this honest request. Okay. It is said the feedback is the breakfast for the brave, right? And last time I had the quoted, I was about to reach perfection, and I came to know that perfection is a moving target. It keeps moving. So perfection is a journey, it's not a destination. So we have been meeting for last 8 years. Every time we see that there are areas of improvement, but how can we do that? If at all there is an evaluator for the session. So every session we have an evaluator, and today also we have an evaluator. We call him a general evaluator, and general evaluator is a Toastmaster since 2019. He is a management graduate. He is a finance wizard. He is working for an IT company. He plays piano, right? So he is a musician and one of the very powerful speakers in our club. And he is, all Joshis are powerful like that, or Ganesh Joshi. So let's bring Ganesh. Ganesh will explain his role, what he will do.
And when I asked him about his memorable adventure, he said it's a long story. So
It's a long story, so he did not share.
So
So
sometimes
he will
we-
conduct one TMOD session.
Okay.
Over to you, Ganesh.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I am the general evaluator for today's meeting, and my role is to evaluate each and every part. Evaluation is feedback, and why feedbacks are important? Anybody?
Ultimately for improvement to the group.
So let me take a different approach today. How many new members we have who joined recently, around 1 year, 1 month back? Yeah. And how many guests do we have? Can they all stand up? So I take the analogy of cricket to explain this. I have done it before as well, but let me do it again because there are many guests. Who is your favorite cricket player?
Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli. Rohit Sharma. Dhoni. So let's take two names, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Let's assume that they both are playing. Yeah. And there is someone who is evaluating Virat Kohli. And there is someone who is not evaluating Rohit Sharma. Who do you think that in next game will be doing better?
Virat Kohli.
Why Virat Kohli?
Because he's been evaluated and then he improved well his weaknesses.
Right. So when he will go back to the dressing room, there is someone who is giving him the feedback that this is what you did well and this is where you need improvement. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Another question. When his evaluator will give him feedback, what would be the thought process behind the giving feedback? How evaluator would be thinking? He would be thinking to pull him or her down, pull him down, or he would be thinking to pull him up. Why pull him up? Because this is what his responsibility is. And how Virat Kohli will be taking it? If his evaluator is giving him some feedback and he's saying that, oh, you should be playing in right side, not left side. should he take it as a negative way or in a positive way?
Positive.
Exactly. This is what my and my team's role for today. Let's have a round of applause for you all. So I'm not alone for this role. I have got two kinds of team. One team is called evaluators. So they will have specific goals to evaluate these specific speakers. And second, I have a tag team plus body language evaluator. So let me ask Toastmaster Harsh to read out his objective. He is the target of today's meeting.
Good morning, Toastmaster and guests.
Good morning.
As a timer, I will monitor and record time for each meeting segment and each speaker. I will monitor the timing signal indicating to speaker how long he or she has been taking. For prepared speech, green card will be shown at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes and red card at 7 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 seconds more to close. For table topics, green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes and red card at 2 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 seconds more to close. For evaluation, green card will be shown at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2.5 minutes and red card at 3 minutes. The speaker shall have 30 seconds more to close. In addition, I shall signal the president, Toastmaster, table topic master and general evaluator with green card when they have reached their allotted time or agreed upon the time limit. When called by general evaluator, I shall announce the speaker's names and the time taken. I shall also mention those speakers who are eligible for voting.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya, who is the outlander for today's meeting.
Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and Millennium.
Good morning. Good morning.
As a counter, I shall take note of fresh words such as well, but, so, and you know. Sounds such as repeat words such as I, this means. In addition, I shall listen to everyone for long pauses used for filler and not as a necessary part of sentence structure. When called upon by general evaluator, I shall present my input. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Now let me invite our Grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Avinash.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
As a grammarian, I shall listen to everyone's words usage and note down any awkward use of or misuse of language, incomplete sentences, sentences that change direction in midstream, incorrect grammar or malappropriation.
Thank you. With that, let me hand over the stage to our dashing TMOD of the day, Toastmaster Bhanu and Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. So now let's go further. And now we'll get into an Amarnath Yatra. Okay? Over to you.
Before we start, there's a quote by Sir Edmund Hillary. Everybody knows who he was. People do not decide to become extraordinary. They decide to accomplish extraordinary things. That's what we tried to do when me and Bakul Bhai went on this trek.
So this entire, section of Amarnath Yatra is divided into 3 parts. First part is what preparation we have to make. Thereafter we will have prepared speeches. Then we will come back again and we'll share what are our experiences and learnings from Amarnath Yatra. And then we will get into the table topic section. And then we will share what are the do's and don'ts. Are you all fine with that? Yeah. So let us start with what preparation we did, how to prepare for Amarnath Yatra. First one.
Yeah, the first thing starts from the registration process. So the registration opens in the beginning of April. So you have to be watchful all the news when the registration opens, and you have to go to the portal. There is a dedicated portal, Amarnath Yatra portal. Download the Yatra permit application form and compulsory health certificate from there. Take the compulsory health certificate form to the government authorized hospital, which was in Sector 10 in Gurgaon. Get your medical checkups done there and get it stamped. Come back, fill the form and upload the filled form and the certificate, medical certificate onto the portal. So once you have done that, the documents are verified by the authorities and within 24 to 48 hours you get confirmation that your application has been approved. So go back to the portal, make the payment. So there is a payment of 120 rupees which you need to make, and you can download your Yatra permit. So just remember that the Yatra permit issued for a fixed date. So you have to decide your date and the route. So there are two routes, Belgaum and Balta. So you have to choose your date and choose your starting point. You won't be allowed on any other date, on any other from other starting point.
Yeah. Now what preparation is to be done? So these are the things which are a must. First is your Yatra permit. When you go, you should have a Yatra permit. So when does the portal opens? April. Sometimes in April. If at all you are planning, you should start watching the portal, okay? So download Yatra permit. That can only be downloaded once you get your medical certificate uploaded, right? You should have your Aadhaar card ready. And now all the banks, they also provide RFID card. But if at all you have forgotten to take your RFID card, when you reach the destination where from the Yatra starts, you show the permit. Within like 5 minutes they prepare your RFID card and get you. But there is a heavy rush. It's always good to prepare your RFID card. So these three documents are a must to start your Yatra. Which are the ones? Yatra permit, Aadhaar card and RFID card.
So you can get your RFID card at different Yatri Nivas. And
different Yatri Nivas, even Surrinder airport, maybe Jammu airport, everywhere you can make your RFID card when you show your Yatra permit and Aadhaar card. Clear? Second, water bottle. It is a must. Without water you cannot do Yatra. Third, your cap or hat, socks, gloves, stockings. Like I was doing my Yatra in half sleeve t-shirt because I did not have full sleeve. I did have, but it was very, very hot. So I bought one from Pahalgam. But then I had a sunburn in this part, right? When you come back, the skin starts shedding. So stockings and all, you cover your skin. That is useful. Backpack. A good quality backpack is available in Decathlon or good stores. Sunglasses, they are a must. Track pant, and it should be dry fit. I have mentioned there, dry fit, and this is the one which we had purchased, right? Both are dry fit, and so useful. Full sleeve t-shirts, I mentioned there. Folding sticks, we forgot to bring that stick, but folding stick is a must because that provide good support, and trekking shoes. Okay. Not this one, not this one, but this one. This is the one I had used there. It's available in Decathlon, and really very good quality shoes available. Apart from that, thermal, woolen clothes, cell phone with charger and power bank, dry fruits to munch, basic medicines. I have given a complete list and in the backup chart. I will show that. This is the list of the Dimox, Combiflame, Enterogernia, Hetal. I can't read them, right? But these are the tablets available. Okay, so use them. Always keep them handy. Towels, napkins, raincoat, umbrella, toiletries, basic clothes, muffler, sun cream and torch. So these are the things which are must, but I would say don't overpack. Don't overpack. What we had done overpacking. But fortunately we had a friend there. So one bag we had to really remove a lot of clothes because when we had done the packing, our backpacks were around 12-15 kg, 12 to 13 kg. We reduced and we brought it down to 7-8 kg, 8 to 9 kg. Yeah, but 8 to 9 kg, even 500 gram more is tough, right? So don't do that. And this is what the preparation part, registration and preparation. Is that clear? Yeah. Right? Any expedition, you might be preparing like that, but don't overpack. That's
why you forgot to mention the Yatra dates, the most important parts.
Yes.
So the Yatra starts somewhere end of June and it continues up to middle of August till the Raksha Bandhan date. So just remember that it's around for 1.5 months during the monsoon period.
Yes. So that is what it is. But I'll stop because there is a red card now. We cannot speak more. So we'll get into the prepared speeches. Okay, are you all ready?
Yes.
So there are 3 speakers who have prepared their speeches and they are going to come and speak over here. Are the evaluators ready? Okay. So the first speaker.
Okay. So our first speaker is another new entrant. even though he is a veteran Toastmaster, he was a Toastmaster since 2013, but he is restarting his journey. He holds a master's degree in journalism. He works as a producer at Reader's Digest, and he loves biking, acting and playing guitar. Okay. Wow. So please welcome with a big round of applause, Shaayaan. He is delivering his first speech from Dynamic Leadership Path, that is the icebreaker speech, and once he finishes, we all give him a standing ovation to encourage. So today his evaluator is Toastmaster Shashi. May I request Toastmaster Shashi to read out his speech objectives?
Good morning everyone. As you know, Shaayaan is attempting from a dynamic leadership path. It's going to be the icebreaker speech, and the objective, as we all know, is to introduce himself to the club. So we are going to know him better today. And timer, please note that the time allocated for this speech is 4 to 6.
Yes.
Thanks all the best.
Before he starts speech, just want to tell his most memorable adventure, that was bungee jumping in Goa. So now, Toastmaster Shaayaan, Toastmaster Shaayaan.
Thank you. Good luck. Toastmasters and dear guests, welcome to my ice breaker. When the nurse introduced me to my parents in that maternity ward around 30 years ago, I was so excited that I completely forgot about the dress code. The excitement was so much that I couldn't speak for the next year and a half. And my mom was so excited that she gave me the world's longest name. S-H-A-A-Y-A-A-N. I've reached the end of the stage of spelling my name. There are 4 A's in my name. So 50% of my name is just the letter A. I did my schooling in Saudi Arabia, the land of oil, multiple wives and equality, only for men. Now, throughout school, I was an outstanding student. If this was my class, I was always outstanding. I was a terribly mischievous student. In fact, I failed mathematics so many times, I can't even count. After my schooling, we relocated to Pune in India. Now it was already decided by society and by relatives who I had only met at weddings that I would become an engineer. Right? Because in India you first become an engineer and then decide what you want to do in life. So I started studying engineering. Now throughout engineering, I was a remarkable student. My journals were filled with remarks by my professors. These 3 remarks kept recurring. Late submission, inattentive in class, and I can't really recall the third one. Yes, I should have been more attentive in class. Now one day after college, a friend of mine took me to this strange club with a strange name, with strange people talking on stage. Now the booker that I am, I honestly only went because I thought they will serve me some fancy toast. They claim to be masters of it. No toast. But I still kept visiting this club because they always said feedback is the breakfast of champions. 4 years I tell you. They didn't give me breakfast, they didn't give me toast. But they did give me feedback. They always said, Shaayaan, you are loud, you are unnecessarily aggressive, and most of the times your speeches don't even make sense. Now this was life-changing feedback for me. Because these 3 traits struck in my mind the image of a prominent TV journalist.
I don't want to drop his name for legal reasons, but it rhymes with Darnab Kauswami. I knew I had to capitalize on these three traits: loud, unnecessarily aggressive, and not even making sense. So I quit engineering and decided to study journalism. After my journalism course, my first job was with Times Now. Now, throughout my time there, everyone always said our news coverage was exceptional, which meant that we covered everything except news that actually mattered. My dear friends, exactly 3 Sundays ago, I once again came across and visited a strange club with a very strange name and strange people. But this time, I'm hopeful that besides feedback, they also give me some real toast.
What a great icebreaker by Toastmaster Shreya. Now we will have 1 minute of time for feedback. The QR code has been shared on the WhatsApp group, and guests can copy the QR code from the nearest Toastmaster. So you can just write down the feedback in the form and submit at the last after compiling all the feedbacks.
Okay, so 1 minute is over. We'll get into the second speaker, and our speaker number 2 is a new Toastmaster. He is Toastmaster since May 2022. Very rhythmic. He's a chartered accountant working with Deloitte, and he likes cycling. Oh, so we should cycle together. Okay. He plays badminton. He likes swimming, and you would be able to make out from his, fitness. He is a sports person. He is Reedam, very rhythmic person. He has taken the path presentation mastery. He is at level 1 and delivering project number 3. So it is 1.3 that way. There are 12 different paths for the guest. He has taken the previous Toastmaster, previous speaker has taken dynamic leadership as his path. So he has to complete around 15 projects in that. 15 projects means 15 speeches. Here he is a presentation mastery. He also has to do 15 projects. Now he is on level 1. There are 5 levels. In level 1, project number 3 he is delivering. His speech title is Personal Branding. Welcome, Reedam.
Okay. This evaluator today is Toastmaster Akshay.
So
please come. And when I asked Toastmaster Reedam what was his most memorable, challenging adventure in life, so he said that he explored an waterfall near Triune. That was his adventure. Welcome, Reedam.
Welcome.
Toastmaster Akshay is evaluating him. May I request Toastmaster Akshay to read out his speech objectives?
Thank you everyone and good morning everyone. So Toastmaster Reedam is at the pinnacle of level 1 of his presentation mastery project. Post this he will be to level 2. And the purpose of the project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well organized health research speech on any topic. And the topic for today is personal branding. So So all the best, Toastmaster Rhythm. And speech time will be 5 to 7 minutes more time. So over to you.
Reedam, personal branding, Reedam. All the best to you. Stay tuned.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good morning.
So, today my topic is personal branding. Okay. Have you, so when you name Amitabh Bachchan, what comes in your mind? What kind of person he is?
Angry young man he used to be, now he is not.
Superstar of the millennium.
Superstar.
His voice.
His voice.
Is at pinnacle in his career all the times.
Rightly said. So these are some qualities and these are some traits that he was able to build in his career. He is a superstar now, having great personality. And what comes in your mind when you think about Rakhi Sabun?
Publicity seeker.
Publicity seeker, controversial. Tantrums. So this is how we perceive Rakhi Sawant. Maybe she is having other qualities as well, but Rakhi Sawant, controversies and all that we, usually perceive from her. So this is a kind of a personality or character or a brand that she was able to, build in his career. Okay. So when it comes to brand, what is like brand for you?
How the people perceive you.
Okay.
Image.
Rightly said.
Quality. Brand.
Quality.
How different from other things?
Uniqueness. Right. Uniqueness, quality, reputation. Yeah. So this is what define brand. So I'm going to tell you 3 steps where you can you will be able to build a brand in your personality. So first, when I can say be in the red box. There are thousands of people around having the same qualification, having the same grade, having in your same level, but be in the red box means doing something different, being out of the box, thinking something different, having some specialization in yourself. So being out of the box, being in a red box, you will be able to differentiate from the other people. And second step, I can say be authentic with your personality. So this is something that you will be authentic. It should tell your story, not the others. Identifying something what is in you and communicating. So I took the example of Elon Musk. What do you think about Elon Musk? Innovative, entrepreneur, great visionary. Okay. So this is a brand he was able to build in his career, and it is a continuous process that he was able to build. Like there are 40 million of people that on Twitter, people are 40 billion of people are following him on Twitter. They are eagerly waiting for Elon Musk, their thought, what he shares on Twitter, etc., etc., etc. So my third step would be identifying the right stakeholders and audience, and you are able to communicate what strength and what qualities you have to the people, to the right people. Okay, so you know that you have some quality, capability, or you have something, but you are not able to communicate. Okay, and you are not able to identify. So in corporate, what happens sometimes, that a person is excellent Okay, he thinks that he's working great, achieving he's good in technicals and all, but he's not getting the right promotion, or maybe not getting the right designation or something else. So this is something that he was not able to communicate to the leaders, or maybe so there is a study in Forbes that what a person think about himself, he is that other person only perceives 15% out of 100. Okay, so communication and being visible, it is very it's a must thing, and someone have to inculcate that. Thank you so much.
We'll give 1 minute. We'll keep silence to give feedback to Reedam. Link is open, so give your feedback. If at all Reedam gets this many people's feedback, it will help him improve his next speech.
That's his breakfast for today.
Yeah, and don't just write, oh, it was a great speech, I liked it. No, I will give a very like we call it CRC approach. Appreciate what you like, but what are the areas you could have worked on? Please clearly define, articulate them.
So frankly, we are really coming here for improvements. We know what are our strengths. We just need to know our improvement points.
Yeah.
Time is over. Now we would like to invite a very experienced and a great speaker. She holds a BE in instrumentation. She is currently working as a freelance corporate trainer. Her hobbies are listening to TED Talks, and she is none other than Toastmaster Reena. Toastmaster Reena today she is delivering her last speech of motivational strategies part, and that will mark her completion of this second part. So it's a great achievement.
Second part completion means she delivered 15 plus 15, almost 30 speeches here, apart from taking TMOD roles or different roles. So 30 speeches, okay? That will be reflected when she speaks, okay? Just hold your horses. Yeah.
When I asked about her most challenging or memorable experience, adventure, so she told about when she went underwater sea walk. While her family backed out because of fear, she carried on, and she loved feeding to the fishes and looking at what is under the sea. Isn't it?
And to evaluate such an elevated speaker, we need a very experienced Toastmaster. So, Reena's evaluator is Toastmaster Prashant, who has been the Toastmaster since.
So good morning, team members and Toastmasters. So purpose of this project is to reflect your growth during the completion of the entire path. And the project includes your Toastmaster journey resources. Please note that the time is 10 to 12 minutes.
10 to 12.
And then you have forgotten to inform the speech title, and the speech title is I am failure. Best of luck.
Toastmaster Reena, I am a failure. I am a failure. Toastmaster Reena.
She is a failure. Big respect.
We all know the story of the legendary King Robert Bruce. When his army was defeated, he was forced into hiding. His morale was shattered, and he was really into pieces. That is the time he took refuge in a cave. While sitting in a cave, he watched a small tiny spider attempting to weave a cobweb. Each time the spider fell, it climbed back again and again started work. It happened once, twice, thrice, umpteen number of times. Finally, the spider's silk was able to hold it, and the spider was able to weave the web. Now the king Bruce said, "Oh my God, if this tiny spider can do it, so can I." He was inspired. So he mustered all the courage, motivated his army, fought back, and won the battle. Good morning, fellow spiders and distinguished guests. I have a confession to make. I'm about to complete 3 years with Toastmasters and also about to conclude my second path. And by my own admission, I am an absolute, total, utter failure. I've been failing. And if I start sharing my failures, all of you will drown in the downpour of my failures, not the rain. March 2019. My first attempt at the international speech contest. I was super excited. I wrote a speech, edited it, re-edited it. I really wanted to win. I worked on it, I practiced, I recorded it on Zoom at least 15 times. And not only that, I practiced the speech with my family members so many times that they remembered the speech by heart. I won the club level, but I stood second in the area level. And only the winner could go to the division level. So I was dropped. I felt like a failure. But I took some learnings from there. My speech was very powerful. I spoke about the discrimination I faced in my childhood because of my color. Very powerful speech. But not many could relate to it. And secondly, I had not looked at the judge's evaluation ballot sheet. So I missed on some essential points. I made a resolve. Next time, Reena, you have to fill all these gaps. Next year again, I got an opportunity to participate in my second international speech contest, 2020. And I wrote a very relevant speech this time. I named it Happy, Happy. And I ensured that I meet all the criteria in the judge's ballot. The speech was about how happiness can be found in small things. I won the club level, the area level, and this was for the first time I was running for the division level. So I practiced and practiced and maybe recorded some 20 times on the Zoom. I practiced with my family so much that they still remember that speech by heart. As luck would have it, just a week before the contest, I bought a new Mac and somehow it was connected to my phone. Now the speech was happening online because of COVID. The day of delivery, I put my phone in the other room so that I'm not distracted. While I'm delivering it, I'm speaking, and a distant relative from Australia calls me at that time and my laptop starts ringing. I stopped. I panicked. It interrupted and it derailed my flow of thoughts. And you know what? I stood not first, not second, not even third. That day I felt like a failure. I really felt like a failure because I had really worked hard at that point of time. The learning I got was check and recheck the technology when it's an online contest. Same year, I participated in the table topic contest. This time I was lucky. I won the club, the area, the division also. I was running for the district level. A week before the contest, a closest friend of mine passed away in the sleep. And I was not in the right frame of mind. I sought help from my Toastmasters friend. I requested TM Jimli. We started practicing it every day in the evening on Zoom calls. I still remember the day of the contest. I was wearing a red dress. It was an online contest. It started. A topic was given. I don't know what I spoke. It just fell flat. That has been my worst performance ever. I've been so embarrassed of my performance that I still have not worn that red dress till date. Not only that, that very same year, I was motivated by my fellow Toastmasters to become the president of NCTs. The enthusiastic person I am, I took it upon my life's mission. I said, okay, I'm going to raise the bar. And with the help of my EC team, we took many initiatives. We started with the Toastmaster of the Month. We opened a bank account for the club. We started a newsletter. We reinforced a mentee program. And we also enhanced the quality of the meetings by inviting guest speakers and doing joint meetings. Thanks to the bunch for that. But with all that, these meetings were happening online. People had that Zoom fatigue. So the member base was shrinking. Our VP membership was not motivated enough. There were times when as EC we would take turns to call up guests because she was not doing her job. Despite all the initiatives, the membership started falling. And you know what? I felt like a failure at that point of time. 2021, I was not attending too many meetings. It was an evaluation contest. I did not practice well. And guess what? I did not even qualify. This time, I went overtime. I shot the time limit. I failed there also. 2021, my third international speech contest. I said, okay Reena, let's try some new genre here. So I went with some humor. That's a tough thing, but I managed. It went well. Club level, area level, division level, and yes, I went up to district level. And dropped from there. I felt like a failure. I have so many failures to my credit. Oh my God, if I start sharing, all of you will drown in the downpour of my failures. I failed at a club level, area level, division level, district level, even at president level. So fellow Toastmasters, if I look back at my journey, I have been failing over and over and over again, and I'm not going to stop at failing till I succeed. Because failure is where we learn all the lessons. These failures have taught me resilience. These failures have sharpened my skills. These failures have made me think like that spider, that if I fall, I have to climb back again. And since I'm at the pinnacle of my Toastmaster journey, I would like to celebrate my failures with all of you. So can we do a toast to my failures? I want all of you to hold the glass like this. And on 3, 2, 1, all of us are going to say together, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So thank you Toastmasters for not only providing this great community, for the confidence, for the expertise, but also providing a safe platform for me to fail over and over again. And a piece of advice to all the new Toastmasters. Some of you, I know that, are going to stop at the first failure that you are going to experience. Only 40% of you are going to sustain the next renewal cycle. Only only 30% of you are actually going to complete your level 4 and level 5, because these are trickier levels and you have to come out of your comfort zone to actually complete these levels. Only 5% of you will actually nominate yourself for the EC roles. And only 3% of you are going to actually participate in the contest because of the fear of failure. So next time when you think of quitting or taking it easy, I'd like to ask you and think like that spider. Why did you join Toastmasters in the first place? And are you ready to fail in order to succeed? I leave you with that thought. Thank you.
Since this is the last speech of our part, let's give her a standing ovation.
So 1 minute of silence for feedback to Reena. Okay, time is up. So Reena failed at club level, but she won at club level as well. She failed at area level, but she won at area level as well. She failed at division level, but she had won at division level as well. She failed at the district level, but she represented our club at district level. So it's not her failures which she narrated. So many successes are also to her credit. So there is a lot to learn from a person who has so many success to her life, but talking about her failures, right? And that's what matters to all of us. That's what we learn over here. Let's go to the next section, part 2 of Amarnath Yatra. But let me test what you heard from part 1. When does the Yatra registration opens? What are the documents needed? Right. Okay. What are the things we needed? What kind of clothes we have to have? Dry fit. Huh? You remember? Okay. What else? Full sleeves. Backpack. Stakes. Hat. You all are attentive. Okay. So then we will continue. Dry fit and dry fit. Yeah, I changed my hat also because this was. One hat and one cap. One hat and one cap, yeah. Just, yeah. So it gives you a bit of change.
Don't overpack.
Don't overpack, yes.
So remember dry fit and dry fruits.
Okay. Now we will get into the detail of the Yatra route and all. You may want to go there and share?
Yes.
Okay. So
there are two starting points of Yatra. You can start either from Pahalgam or from Baltar, which is near Sonmarg. Okay. So the route from Pahalgam, actually Pahalgam to Chandanwadi is a concrete road where you can take a vehicle. But from Chandanwadi, you have to walk and climb.
From here climbing starts.
Yeah. So the Chandanwadi route is around 30 kilometers long, 32 kilometers to the cave, whereas the Baltar route is shorter, 16 kilometers.
But Baltar route is very tough.
Yeah, that's very steep and it's not that scenic. The Pahalgam route, even though it's longer, it's scenic. You see the lakes, mountains, rivers on the way.
Yeah.
And you have various staying facilities. Even if you get tired at the end of the day, you can stay in the camps. Okay. Right. So that's the route. So
this is the route. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the route.
So you have to reach.
Here is a cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're starting on, so we started our Yatra from Chandanwadi. So you have to be there at the checkpoint at Chandanwadi before 5 AM.
So here is, you can see the crowd, huge crowd, 7,000, 8,000 people just standing in the queue to get the entry. So you really have to reach by 5 o'clock. That means you have to get up at 3:30 at Pahalgam, get ready, get car. There is a huge queue of the cars, right, to reach there. Okay.
Yes. And then once you clear all the security formalities, your IDs are checked, your bags are checked, so that the yatra is maintained and everything, and you start the ascent to Pisu top, and that's a very steep climb. That's a 3-kilometer climb, and it takes almost 3 hours. That's the first. So as soon as you start the yatra, you are totally into it at the toughest part.
Yeah. So don't give up there. People give up there only.
Yes.
So that's the Pisu top. If you reach and you are done doing the job.
So we decided that so many people in between they have taken the horse or the buggy, but we had decided even before the start of the yatra that we will complete the entire yatra on foot only.
So this is a Pisu top place. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Sheshna.
Yes. After the Pisu top, maybe you can take some rest or have some refreshment. There are bandaras, so that has been set up by the numerous volunteers. So we must be thankful to them. Because of them, this yatra has been made possible. Once you reach Pisu top, you can have some breakfast there and then reach to the Sheshna. That's the second big point, where if you reach there by before 2 p.m., you can move forward. Otherwise, you are not allowed to go forward. So if you are not reaching there by 2 p.m., you have to stay there. There are numerous tents. Otherwise, you can move forward towards Poshpatri or Panchtarni. But before that, you have to cross another high peak. That's Pinnacle, Mahagun top. That's 14,500 feet high. And that's where we faced our toughest challenge.
Toughest challenge, yeah.
Every 10 steps, we had to stop, fill our lungs with oxygen, whatever oxygen was there, because oxygen is very less there. And so that route took us another 3 hours to complete, I think, 2 or 3 kilometers.
Yeah.
Yes. And after that, we reached Poshpatri. If you reach Poshpatri by 5 p.m., you can move forward to the Panchtarni, but we were late. We reached there at 6 p.m.
So Mahagun top, this route has a very less water available.
Yes.
So we really have to replenish water from Pisu top, right? Oh, Panchtarni, right? Okay. So if you reach by 5 o'clock, then only they will allow you from Mahagun top to go further. Okay. So we made overnight stay at Poshpatri. Okay.
So remember at Poshpatri there is only one bhandara and they have limited place to sleep. So this is like a big cottage and there are stairs where I think maybe 50-60 people were sleeping.
Yeah.
On the like 1, 2, 3, 3 levels.
I'll show that picture.
Yeah. And so make sure that if you couldn't find the place there, you have to move forward or come back to the Sheshna.
So then take bath in the river. There is hot water available at Panchtarni. Panchtarni is this place, right? And from there you have to walk 3 to 4 kilometers to go to
6 kilometers.
6 kilometers,
yes.
right? And there, so water is an ice water. So either you buy 70 rupees worth of hot water bucket, but we took bath with an ice water, right? So that's what it is. You can deposit mobiles and your shoes and all before going to the cave. There are clock rooms. And start, latest by 3:30.
Yes, yeah. So once you have completed your darshan, you come back from the cave. So there are numerous, there is a big market there and tents are there and people, you can stay there. But if you reach there by 3:30 and you want to come back on the same day, so you have to start latest by 3:30 p.m. Otherwise, because it's a long route, we came by a Balta route. That's 16 kilometers.
From cave to Panchtarni and
not Panchtarni. Sangam and
from cave.
Yes. So that is 16 kilometer long trek and it's kind of downhill or uphill. So you have to start latest by 3:30. Otherwise, you will get very late. Like we reached around 9 p.m. at not even to Balta. Just 2 kilometers before that, that's a checkpoint called Domen, and there we could find a Bhandara and we ate food and then we just crashed out there. So yeah, just remember that it takes 6 to 7 hours to come back. Many people do in a single day. They start from Balta, do the darshan and come back on the same day. But that's very hectic. So
yeah, I mean we are running short of time, but we'll share some key learnings. This is a very important chart. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Are you ready?
Yes.
So what are the key learnings? physical and mental fitness are mutually inclusive, right? It is not only physical fitness is important. So never lose the sight of the goal. That's very important. We had
when you come that physical and mental goal, so like many young people like who are in 20s and 30s, they lost their willpower, and they in between they took the horse. Even though Bakul Bhai, who's most of the most youngest man there, he was walking on feet.
Physical fitness is a must. Mental fitness is key to success. Don't whine and complain. Ye acha nahi, wo acha nahi. Oh my God, no facilities. No, every facility is available. Be tolerant of your physical pain. It gives really excruciating pain, but really tolerate it, and it goes away when you have strong resolve. Do not underestimate yourself and that of others. Have a strong partner. One of the strongest partner I had, and trust your partner, okay? Second, why is full of wonderful suburbans, right? I mean, Bhandara services. My God, hundreds of people give free food to you, right? Free food, right? Fellow pilgrims, they give moral and other support, right? When while I was climbing, so how God exists, are you with me? How I realized the presence of God, existence of God. I ran out of water, I did not have water, and one very poor guy was passing through. And he could make out that I don't have water. And he said, oh my God, I mean, you need some water, I can help you. And he gave his entire Nimbu pani bottle. And he gave it to me, complete bottle. He said, no, sir, keep it. I mean, that time I realized that Papa got funny comes, but in a human form, right? So many times, all those Bandara guys, they are God. They're like, the form of human beings.
You can imagine that how hard is it to carry all the supplies there. That they have to carry all the ration, they have to carry those heavy gas cylinders, the heavy utensils.
Yeah.
To all the such a height where we could not even walk. They are taking there.
Yes.
That's really commendable.
And like wonderful people, securities. One guy in Bhanu top, one local guy and ITBP Jawan, like an army man. They had, brought 70 bucket full of water for us to drink, right? For the pilgrims to drink. I asked for whatever the food I had, I wanted to give. They did not take. I offered some money. Hey, you are working so hard, take some money. They did not take. They did not take money at all. So these are nothing less than gods to me, right? Yes. And security people, local people, they serve pilgrims, right? Be good to others. Like others were good to us, we have to be good to us. So that's what our learning. And one thing I want to really convey the message, the interdependence. Entire pilgrimage of Hindus is managed by all Muslims. It is the humanity that matters, not Hindus and Muslims what matters. Wherever we went, entire yatra was managed by all Muslims, all my friends, okay? They took us to the best places, and they were so kind to us, all Kashmiris, right? What we think, world is completely different. And that's the reason I felt world is full of kind people. We have to have that sight, okay? Simplicity, minimalism. See, where did we see, these are all sadhus, right? Which we find on the roadside. They were sleeping with us. This is the bed. Yeah. Can you see here? I mean, 50 people sleeping together, and you have to sleep there.
That's kind of triple berth.
Yeah, this is a triple berth, right? And we had got the berth in the middle, right? That's why. Except what is there, and adjust to the conditions. When you are tired, I mean that's a wrong spelling. When you are tired, only 6 by 3 feet is needed to sleep. I believe you me, and all 5 stars have nothing. Just on the floor is left. Right? So 6 by 3, and you really get a sound sleep in the process. Get prepared for the worst, because once we came there was a worst situation for the yatra, and do not show off. Right? Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, a Bluetooth. Why I mentioned it. One guy came with a very big Bluetooth speaker, and then playing all bhajans and going. And मैंने बोला ये बंदा कहीं ना कहीं टिकेगा घोड़े पे. और 4 किलोमीटर के बाद वो बंदा घोड़े पे था. बाद में पूरी because he overpacked and trying to मेरे पास Bluetooth speaker है बड़ा वो JBL का. Nothing यार, be minimalistic. So this is what our learning is. I'm sorry we took little longer time. We'll get into section 3. Section 3 is
table topics.
Table topic.
It's going to be a big fun round. And today's table topics master is very new Toastmaster. She has done BTech and she is a chemical engineer. She works as sales and marketing role at Hetal, not Heineken. And her hobbies are playing swimming and badminton. So another swimmer and badminton player. So please welcome with a big round of applause, Toastmaster Aparna.
Since we are running behind the time, may I please know who all our guests today? Okay. So for your understanding, this session is being conducted. It enhances your better thinking skills. We will give you 2 minutes. It's an impromptu speech. You can come here and deliver a speech. And it has only 2 ground rules, that you have to speak minimum 1 minute over here and maximum 2 minutes, and there will be a red card shown after 2 minutes. So post that you have to stop your speech. Okay. How many of you feel which is the hardest profession in the world?
Sales.
Okay.
Teaching.
Sales.
Okay.
Teaching.
Teaching. And why do you think these professions are the hardest?
Because you have to respond to the new situation. The situation may change minute to minute.
Agree. So this is very, very close to my heart. Sales is a profession where we have to convince somebody to buy. Maybe people are not interested to buy, and you have to convince them to buy. So today's topic would be, you have to sell a product which I will give it to you. So I would request a member to volunteer for guests to understand what the session is all about. Anybody? Yeah. So please come. So I have a bag of products which I'll give it to the speaker, and they have to sell it to the entire lovely audience. The first product which I would like to give is iPhone.
Keep it.
Good. How many of you believe this is one of the best creation in 21st century? All of you, right? iPhone is great, not because just technology. It is great because the designer has put everything in it, hardware, software, to elevate your experience. All of you have experienced Nokia, other phones, but when iPhone started, the first challenge to Steve was, everybody was selling phone based on number of buttons, more buttons, beautiful buttons, but iPhone decided to sell without buttons. Even the fonts you see in iPhone is different, calligraphy is different than any other phone. And there is a story behind that. But most important in iPhone is the way they design, the way they put in software, the way they build a product. It gives an entirely different experience than any other phone. The reliability factor is much higher, the experience is always great, and they continue to improve. Every month or quarter they would give new software. That's how this is a great phone. What I would say, such a beautiful creation, if you acquire, your life is going to be changed. It's not just about cost, it's about experience and utilization. And I'm sure this phone everyone would like to buy. Will you buy it? Yes. There is a discount which you can connect me after the meeting. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now any guest would volunteer? You want to volunteer? Please come. Okay, so let me see what best I can give it to you. This one will be a little hardest. Any guesses? Okay.
I'm going.
No. This one.
Yes, I'm ready.
You know.
So first time I saw this, no, when like Aparna gave it to me. So I remember a story. It was in 2005. I was, playing video game. It was a Bomberman game, if you remember, in which we have to put a bomb and blast came and people dies. So I was so addicted to that game that I like playing it for hours, like 2 hours, 3 hours. So I remember one day I was playing that game, and that this villain came from behind and just someone beat me. I don't know. I was so addicted that I did not realize that someone beat me from this thing. But I kept on playing. Then the stronger one came. Then it was Alia was my mother, so she was little lighter. Then came my sister. It was harder. So this is how I was introduced.
And now?
That is how I introduced to this thing. So after that, I got so much impressed with this device that apart from cooking, it has a property, to divert your attention. Come out from the addiction. So that is why I recommend this, not to mothers, not to sisters, but to everyone. Just look at this. How beautiful is this? This has the property by which you can ask someone to go away with this addiction of mobile phone or anything. So I recommend everyone, before you go, please have a look on this product. Not from the look, we make rotis and chapatis from this, but this is a device from which you can ask someone or tell someone or make them remove his addiction. Thank you.
You very well sold this villain to all of us. Any guest who would like to volunteer now? You want to? No. Okay, so your product is...
Hello everyone. Actually, when I saw this object, actually it was hardest for me to sell this. If I go to someone to sell, this will make your hair very silky. Other will ask where is your hair. But yes, actually it is a good brand. Actually, I believe if I use this one, I may have my hair, but I promise to all of you, you use this, you will definitely get a good silky hair in that. After other properties from me, you can give someone. This is a very good budget. If and your girlfriend, your any member, it will impressive gift. That's just from my side. Thank you.
May I please request a guest? Could you please come? Okay. What's your name? Hetal. Toastmaster. So I have a product for you which is relatable to you. So, can I sell this villain?
That's already been sold. It is sold.
Oh my god. See, my thoughts are for villain.
So I sold it like that only.
Yeah, people started buying again. This is a wallet. If you want, I can help you with it. No thoughts for wallet. Oh my god. If you have to sell it to me or any woman over here, how do you will approach? So that's the thing.
Yeah, its utility, how can it be used and why it is more important. Yeah.
So you can put your wallet or you can put your phone, something like that. Yeah, it's very boring for me.
Sorry, I'm not.
If I give you another product,
Yeah.
you promise to sell that product?
Oh my
It
God.
can be anything.
I will try.
Sure, okay.
Hi everyone. So myself Hetal, and today I'm not here to sell something, but I want to introduce one idea that can make that can change your life. So generally what happens, we are stretching ourselves in a day-to-day life, and it has become very difficult to reach out everybody's expectations, right? So we are working, especially ladies, we are working, and not just ladies, we are working 8 to 10 hours in office, and then we also have to complete our domestic stuff, and at the end of the day we are like completely losing our energy, and then we scold our children, then we have fight with our family members, and we are not taking care of ourselves. So this is the thing I want to tell you about, is that can save your relations, that can increase your immunity, that can increase your working hours. I would request you to spend some time for yourself, think about yourself, because we are doing everything for others, for our family members, for our boss. So spend some time for yourself and have just 2 spoons of a day and you can save your relations, you can save your job, and you can have better relationships.
Just wanted to check with the timer. Can we have one more speech? Harsh, can we have one more speech? Yeah. You? Yeah.
Lokesh.
Lokesh, I have a product for you. Any guess would you want to make? Relatable to food, something like that? No?
What? Wow, this is, I mean, someone sold iPhone here, right? iPhone is aspirational. This is also aspirational. Why? Right? I mean, I have this mat, right? In my, the mat we purchased from Amazon, 500 rupee mat to kill mosquitoes, right? But this is of paramount importance, right? Because you need a sound 9 hours sleep every day, right? I think we come here, we talk about having 7 to 8 cups of water every day. We talk about eating healthy food, right? We talk about going to gym, to exercise. But for what? Right? For healthy lifestyle, right? So this is the key to healthy lifestyle. And I'm exaggerating it, but if you look at it, right, in a lot of our neighborhoods, especially in monsoon season, right, you find a lot of mosquitoes, right? And if you look around, if you look at hospitals, there have been a lot of patients with dengue, right? Now, if you've been through this disease, a dengue disease, which really takes a toll on your body, and you actually become bedridden for a couple of weeks. And this can easily be avoided by just using this for 9 hours a day at night. How simple is that? So do you want to buy this?
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's very good.
Just one more round, please, yeah. Saket, I have one product.
So hello everyone, I am Saket. So what comes to your mind when you see colleague? Anyone?
Glass TV.
What is the use for? What is the use of this product? Anyone?
Glass TV.
Glass TV. It is very useful for cleaning anything. Like can I use this? I can show you. This use like this, and this is sorry, and I like the color of this water because this is very unique from anyone, and thank you so much.
1 minute of silence.
1 minute of silence.
Feedback of TMOD is also.
Yes.
Yeah, it will come at the end. Yeah.
We haven't done yet.
We are not done yet. So just give feedback to her. Okay, so since we have all short on the time, we'll quickly get you through the do's and don'ts. So I'll start immediately. What are the do's, right? To keep body fit for yatra and exercise regularly. If you have not started, start now. Okay. Book your travel in advance. Not only yatra permit, but even your travel booking. Very much in advance because there is a heavy rush. Get up early at 5 a.m. every day. Keep your yatra permit, RFID and Aadhaar throughout. Keep hydrating. Water is a must. Keep replenishing water at every available opportunity because many times water is not available. Listen to your body. Okay. If at all you cannot, then possibly you have to take some rest. Okay. Keep light clothes to reduce weight. Keep mobile charged always. Remain informed of weather conditions. Take help and help others, that's what we got, and accept what you get and accept your limitations also, and keep emergency contact details written somewhere, not in mobile phone, somewhere in the diary. Okay, so these are the do's, and be humble. Humility matters more than intelligence there, particularly in the yatra. And some of the don'ts.
Okay, so yeah, so while it's very important to give note of do's, it's more important to keep a note of all the don'ts. So do not lose the sight of your goal. So your goal is to reach the cave and come back safely from there. Do not go to the crowded place. So even if you have to go through the crowded place, just try to come out very quickly from there. Do not walk closer to the boulders and horses because the horse, they don't look at it anywhere and you might end up in the ditch. Do not take shortcuts on the hill. So it's a very tendency that okay, I'll climb like this and not follow the proper path. Go through the proper path. Me and Bakul tried and we found that it takes almost the same time because it is more steeper, and then if you walk on the normal route, it is easier. Do not overeat. Of course, if you eat extra, you will have upset stomach and have other problems. Do not overstretch. So listen to your body again and do not think that okay, I'll complete 1 more kilometer or 2 kilometers. If you feel tired, you're not willing to go out, just take rest. Do not litter. It's very important to keep the environment clean for us and others. Do not waste food because you know that how much effort people put to bring food there. So if you are wasting it, you are kind of offending them. Do not violate local protocols. Observe whatever because people there come for pilgrimage, so respect that. Do not waste time in the wait. We mentioned the time is very important. You don't want to end up somewhere in the middle of in the night somewhere where there is no staying facility. Do not try to impress anybody like that Bluetooth speaker guy who was trying to impress everyone and ended up on a horse. And you don't need to carry any food with you. There are lots of bandaras and people are giving food to you. So no need to carry extra thing with you. That's all about do's and don'ts.
And finally,
do not. It's not the mountains we conquer, but ourselves.
Thank you so much.
By surrender.
With this, we hand over the stage to our general evaluator.
Before that, feedback for us.
1 minute silence to give us the feedback. Okay, so over to our general evaluator for the last section of the meeting. Welcome. This is a very, very important session. Over to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bakul and Toastmaster Bhanu. Very good afternoon. So in my 3 years of Toastmaster journey, I never experienced 2 veteran Toastmasters coming here presenting a TMOD session. I think they deserve a great round of applause. With that, let's start our evaluation section, and we'll first start with the speech. We have got 3 evaluators today, and I would request all our evaluators to follow the CRC approach: commendation, recommendation, commendation. And let me invite Toastmaster Shashi to evaluate this speech of Toastmaster Shaayaan. Toastmaster.
Tring, 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 tring. Those who are wondering, in last speech, Toastmaster Shaayaan used this technique to get the audience attention. And today also, he actually broke the ice. What a unique way to get the audience attention. And he maintained it throughout his speech. Now, today, the objective of his speech is to introduce himself. And I believe that through the speech which he gave today, we came to know him as a person and a lot of things about him. So let me quickly check with you. From which country or place Shaayaan did his schooling from? Saudi Arabia. What is his first choice of career? And then he shifted to? What is the first company which he worked for? Yeah. So it shows that he really captures our attention, and we really listen to him throughout his speech. The second thing which I liked about his speech is the sprinkle of humor. I think he's a natural speaker who uses lots of humor, and I think some of the things which I observed is the use of triads, right? So he actually mentioned when he was talking about Toastmaster, strange name, strange club, strange people, right? So use of triad. Similarly, when I was looking at his speech title 4A, so I was wondering what it is about, and then he uses that in his speech, talking about the longest name, and that's actually a good way of using the speech title in the speech. Right. The third thing which I liked about his speech is obviously the movement on the stage and the hand gesture. Like when he was actually pronouncing his name, he was actually moving from this part of the stage to that part of the stage. And really the hand gesture was quite powerful, and we could all relate to him, what he is saying and what he is trying to communicate. So that's some of the good part. Although in the first speech, the icebreaker speech, I am not expected to give recommendation, but we all know that he is an advanced speaker, and there are few things which I have noticed, so I would like to call out that. The first thing about icebreaker, which I usually believe, is that people usually talk about past, and sometimes they talk about the present, right? You talked about past, you talked about present, but I personally would like to hear our audience, some of the audience might want to hear what's something which drives you, what is something which you want to achieve in the future, right? So then we can come to know you as a person in a much better way. So that's the one part. The second thing is about eye contact. I really felt missed out. You are looking here, but I think on the back there was not proper eye contact. The best way to do it, I think Toastmaster Dipanshu talked about it, some W-shaped structure, right? So stick with one person in each of the corner for some time and cover the entire stage. So that's the only thing. But I really enjoyed your speech. It was quite humorous and entertaining, and we came to know you in a much better way. We know that you are an advanced speaker, and I am looking forward to hear more of your speeches. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shashi. So what I really liked, Shaayaan's name starts from SHA, and same as the evaluator goes SHA. So that's again coordination between these two. With that, let me invite our second evaluator, Toastmaster Akshay. He's going to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Reedam. Akshay, round of applause.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. So I'll be evaluating speech of Toastmaster Reedam. The Toastmaster Reedam started with a question and we could all see. So there was an active engagement with the audience, and starting the speech with a question helps gaining attention from the audience. This was a +1 in his speech. Then he moved on to the structure of the speech, wherein he talked of 3 areas relating to the research on personal branding. So there was proper research on his part. And coming to the commendation part, there were good hand movements, even though he was holding a diary in his hand, and there were proper use of stage as well. On the recommendation, I would like to recommend that he could work a little on the structure of the speech, because there could have been a good conclusion of the speech. It leaves a lasting impression in the audience mind. And there were times he was holding hand like this and looking above. So if he could rehearse better, so he could avoid these 2 things in his speech. There was proper clarity. He was comfortable with the speech. There was eye contact. And on research, I'll say he was 4 out of 5. There could have been a little more on the research. So overall, it was good and crisp. And I'd like to congratulate Reedam for completing his level 1 of presentation master. So that's all from my side.
Thank you, Master. With that, let me invite our third evaluator, Toastmaster Prashant, to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And namaskar. When I am evaluating the speech of Reena ma'am, it is like a rugby player who is evaluating the test match player. Because she has given us 30 speeches, and last week I gave only my first speech, that was my icebreaker. So my question to the audience, if you want to become an effective speaker, or it is absolutely necessary to become an effective speaker, what are the 4-5 tips? Anybody?
Relatable, something which can relate to the crowd.
No, one minute. If I am saying PM Modi is a basically very effective speaker.
Emotion, body language, smile, vocal variety.
So, I personally feel that first is stage movement. If other than if you are behind the audience, other than podium, first is stage movement. What that shows? That shows that you are basically, the audience basically also looking to you. If you are standing here only, people will think it. Second most important is show passion and enthusiasm. Passion. Showing that passion. Third most important is humor or crack the joke. Because that gets the attention. Fourth most important is again, use surprises or curiosity. Audience should know what is going to speak. And last, speak with the audience with vocal variety. I think that is most important. And after that, you have to give the pass to the message to the audience. What is that speech is. So Reena, I think you have covered almost all the things. Your stage moment was good. Use the stage moment. Only except you are not going to Bakul Bhai. I don't know why. But up to this place, you used to come here. I don't know whether you are afraid from or not. You have shown that passion. You was passionate. Yes, I am failure, all these things. Third, you use that joke, crack the joke. Like I think you are not use that dress and all these things. Fourth, you use the story, surprises, the curiosity regarding some Australia example you have given that you were there and then somebody suddenly you got an international call. The fifth, variety is there. So almost I think you have got all the points. And last, most important is about message. That 30% people will go to area level, then around some 40%, 20% will go to district level, and only 3 people will achieve this level. So message is very, very clear. And when you talk about the failure, I just remember the one quote. Fail means first attempt in learning. And even if you say no, no means next opportunity. And that is not the end. End means effort never dies. And if I want to give basically a recommendation for the next level, I personally feel that your speech was good, but I think you have to use slightly some pauses to connect the audience. You are continuously speaking. So what happens if you take some pauses which will able to connect the audience? And my best of luck for your next journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant. With that, it's time to invite the auxiliary team to share their report. And let me invite timer of the day, Toastmaster. Body language. First body language. Okay. Let me invite our body language expert, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Speak loudly.
Good morning, my fellow Toastmaster and my dear guests. So body language is an important part of your content because 50% what people look at you rather than looking at your content. When you have more body gesture, so people, the effectiveness of your speech go up and you deliver the content more perfectly. Now looking at the body language, starting from the Jokemaster. Jokemaster Shruti has, while delivering the joke, he has raised his finger 1 or 2 times. That's so that he has emphasizing on some points that was more important on his content. And but one thing that I was recommended that he has folded the hand 2 to 3 times while delivering the joke master. Second, we have TM Bhanu. TM Bhanu, when he come on this stage, he smiles towards the audience. That's give a positive sign, and the audience feel more positiveness among with the speaker and with himself. And but one thing that I look forward that he also mentioned one point that the shift line. So while saying the shift line word, he emphasized with his hand like going upward. So that's so that that was a shift. That was a really a shift line by putting the hands up. At the same time, I also look most of the time when the Bakul sir is speaking, while you were speaking, you have hold your hand most of the time. So like out of the 20 minutes of the speech, you have when you deliver the 10 minutes of the speech, I found that most of the time you are holding your hand. So that gives somewhere I lose somewhere the loss in the confidence of the audience or the interaction of the audience goes down when you keep holding your hand. So rather than keep holding the hand, you start opening your hand more and more and you start using different kind of body gesture so that the moment the interaction with the audience go on and the audience keep engaging with your content, with your speech. Coming to the next, we have the Shaayaan. So when the Shaayaan has delivering his icebreaking speech, so he has used the entire podium from one corner to the other. So while moving out to the next corner, somebody found out that his name has moved in, but the stage has not been utilized well. So if he has used that more correctly, then it will be more better way for the audience to grab. And somewhere I will look at the Shaayaan, he has raised the 3 fingers to emphasize 3 points, and that makes it more well connected to the audience because he has raised the 3 points with this and put the 3 fingers with this 1, 2 and 3. So when you do such kind of activity, so the audience grabs that content more faster and more easily. And also he come with a good, he put a smile when he come on the stage. So that is the 3 points from the Shaayaan side. Now coming to the Reedam. So Reedam. So first of all, when I look at the Reedam speech, his speech is getting synchronized with his body gesture, and he has taken some 2 or 3 steps while delivering the speech, and that 2-3 steps somewhere relating to his content also. And but at the same time, when I look at the Shaayaan speech, he somewhere look at the sky, like look at the upper side of the world. So this, from my side, I will look forward that if we look at the audience, then that part has become more faster to grab. And now moving to the, this is Reena ma'am. So when I look at the Reena ma'am, his stage movement, his content, he has really awesome and fabulous, I can say, because the content he was delivering, the way he emphasized the point, the strong point, he suddenly raised the hand and the body just strongly. And when he is saying the something sadness or failure, he shows the shoulder down, his body and his body part down. That's that there was sadness in that content, and that reflecting in his body gesture also. And also when he is moving, he is doing the vocal practice in his content, then he also somewhere change his body movement, so that they are showing that his vocal practice somewhere relating his somewhere his content differentiation in the content somewhere showing in his body movement also. So that I have noticed from the Reena ma'am content, Reena ma'am speech. So now coming to the Aparna. So on the Aparna, so he had come up with a new innovative method, that pulling out the product and giving it to a speaker. So that makes the topics more interesting and more innovative, because people look forward to what is in the web in the net for the next contestant. So that makes your session more interactive, more interesting. And also while moving from this is from one side to the another side, what I noticed that you put the front one towards the audience. So that makes the content more, that makes your speech more effectiveness, because you never show your back part of your body to the audience. So that I can say is one commendation from your side. Okay. Now coming to the Ankur. So Ankur, when he's emphasizing the product that he got heated, so he used that product and heated himself. So somewhere when you doing this kind of activity, is so that you get somewhere heated in the past. So and that is still remain to the people memory for the longer period of time. So some kind of activity when you are doing while delivering the speech, so that kind of memory thing gets somewhere stuck in the mind. So that's something very well done by the Ankur in his speech delivery. While the Shashi when delivering the speech, he has somewhere opened his both hand. Somewhere he has opened the both hand, and that's where shown the more confidence in his content has improved by opening the entire hand towards the audience. So it gives more confidence to the audience as well, to the speaker and the audience who is looking at it. So but coming to the TM Akshay, so TM Akshay, somewhere he is reading more by delivering the speech, that I noticed over there. And if he has to speak more and look at the content list, then that speech can be more effective. And coming to the Bakul sir, so Bakul sir has done a remarkable job. And he at all the time his speech and his word keep connecting, like either mentioning the money of a note taking. Somewhere you can look at the way the Lokesh has put that point, like money of like he has used that word along with the hand movement, and that is still stuck in my mind. And minimalistic, and when he's speaking out in minimalistic word, he has used the entire word which is speak out with his body gesture, which is body. That's where it makes the content more effective towards the audience. So that's my one.
With that, let me invite my next team member, Toastmaster Harsh to share the report.
No, he's saying Grammarian so that he can give the time to for everyone.
First you have to call Grammarian and then
Timer should be at the last. That's what he recommends.
Okay, that's right. So I will follow your advice. Let me invite the Grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Avinash, to share the Grammarian report.
Thank you everyone. I think grammar is very important. Basically grammar provides a structure to our sentence, and then the right structure if we bring into our speeches, then it becomes the perfect speech. So it's like a well-engineered bridge. So that sort of thing grammar brings in our speech. So in general everyone had given a great speech. So starting with Toastmaster Shaayaan. So basically, I think on grammar side you have done excellent. He has used word journal very rightly in his presentation speech. He also used phrase stuck in mind very nicely. And also one great thing in his speech was that like he used small words and sentences which were very simple and easy to understand. So that was and all the words and sentences were appropriate. So that was good. Moving on to Toastmaster Reedam. So on time relevance probably. Amitabh Bachchan, when he said like he is a superstar now, so probably like the time relevance is not correct. Also, some of the sentences ended abruptly and like the proper transfer from one sentence to other sentence didn't happen. Then for Reena ma'am, I think a lot of very nice phrases. So refuge in a cave by my own admission. Those are very right phrases which he can adopt. One probably minor thing which I observed, like member base in place of membership base was shrinking, so that would have been better. Then in general, like some of the things, many proper usage that we can have a look. Whenever we are using superlative, the is not there. Kilometer or kilometers, so when we are talking about kilometer or kilometers, so we need to be clear. Berth or berths, airport or airports, so that is something I observed during the discussion. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Avinash. Now let me invite our partner of the day, Toastmaster Shreya.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So I am a founder of today's meeting. So I will start from Toastmaster Bhanu. So Toastmaster Bhanu, he used one time, so 6 times, and that 2 times repeated words like, and you know 1 time. Toastmaster Bakul, he used 8 times so. And Toastmaster Shruti, she took 8 times so. Sorry, 6 times. Toastmaster Shaayaan, he took, I didn't find any mistake in his speech. Toastmaster Reedam, he took 6 times and 10 times so, 2 times repeated words, and you know 7 times. Toastmaster Reena, she took I think so 4 times. She is 4. Toastmaster. So coming back to the table topic master, Toastmaster Aparna, she spoke 1 time so 4 times, that's it. And Toastmaster Ankur, table topic master, Toastmaster Ankur, he he used so 4 times, that's it. And Toastmaster Surrinder, he only used long pauses. And guest Hetal, sorry, she used so 6 times. Speaker guest Lokesh, he used right 2 times. Guest Saket, he didn't use any general evaluator Toastmaster Ganesh, he used well 2 times. And evaluator Toastmaster Shashi, art 3 times. Toastmaster Prashant, so 4 times. Toastmaster Akshay, 3 times R, 2 times, and body language Toastmaster Abhishek, he used 25 times. That's it. Thank you.
Let me invite the timer of the day, Toastmaster first, to present his report.
So good afternoon everyone. Completing a meeting or desired time is a pinnacle of meeting, and we completed a meeting on time. So I am sharing the time taken by the Toastmaster. Toastmaster Bhanu and Toastmaster Bakul took approx 25 minutes. Time allotted for them is 50 minutes. Toastmaster Shruti, Jokemaster, took 1 minute and 20 seconds. And TM Shaayaan, speaker 1, took 4 minutes and 40 seconds. And your icebreaker speech and time allotted for it 4 to 6 minutes. And TM Reedam took 5 minutes and 35 seconds. And TM Reena took 11 minutes and 50 seconds. And coming to the table topics, TM Vivek took 2 minutes. And TM Toastmaster Ankur took 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Toastmaster Surrinder took 1 minute. And guest Hetal took 1 minute and 35 seconds. Toastmaster guest Lokesh took 1 minute and 25 seconds. And Toastmaster Saket took 40 seconds. Coming to the evaluation, TM Shashi took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Time allotted for TM Shashi is 3 minutes. And TM Akshay took 1 minute and 23 seconds. And Toastmaster Prashant took 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and allotted time is 3 minutes. And coming to the body language evaluator, Toastmaster Abhishek Soni took 8 minutes and 5 seconds, and the allotted time is 4 minutes. And coming to Grammarian, TM Avinash took 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Coming to the counter, Toastmaster Shreya took 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And coming to the timer, I took 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and allotted time for me is 3 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. So now it's time for me to share the overall report of the meeting. We always start on time. So this is the beauty about our club. And the good part is today we are going to be on time as well. So by 12:45 I'm pretty much sure that we will be ending the report, ending the meeting. Sergeant at Arms, great energy. The way he started the meeting, it shows the energy, like it raises up the energy of the meeting. Only one recommendation for you, that now you are staff from some time, and the same thing is getting repeated every time. So my recommendation would be try to do something new. No, it is said that if beginning is well, then it is done, half done, already half done, right? So try to add some code, try to add some games, or something creative so that we can add more energy in the session at the beginning. The presiding officer, he started very well, shared the update, the energy was great. Only one recommendation for him, that when we are standing at this stage, we need not to say sir or ma'am. We need to say Toastmaster and the name. We need not to say sir, Bakul, sir, Ganesh, ma'am, Reena, something like that. So just let's try to avoid that. Jokemaster TM Shruti, it was, I think you took this role first time. You did very well. Great efforts, and making others laugh is not the easy task, and I'm sure you did pretty well there. Only one recommendation, you need to raise your voice a bit higher, because I was sitting there and I couldn't hear you very well. So this is what you can follow next time. TMOD, Bhanu and Bakul, so great job. It was an awesome session. So as I said earlier, that in my 3 years of experience in Toastmasters, I never saw 2 TMOD coming and presenting. You explained the entire thing. Now I know when I will be going there what I need to do and what I need not to do. So I think it was very crisp, clear, amazing. A couple of suggestions for you. What I felt that, so even though you had very great coordination, but somehow I felt that there were few places where the coordination could have been better. For example, when you guys were talking about the Yatra Parchi, or when you were showing the shoes. So TM Bakul was also talking about his shoes, and then TM Bhanu also talking about his shoes, and then explaining the map. So it could have been divided or it could have been coordinated well. So there could have been some scope of improvement there. Another suggestion for them, the chart of the medicine that they prepared. So I'm sure that it took them at least 10 to 15 minutes to put all the information there. But when it came to there, it hardly went away in less than 30 seconds. So I'm not sure how many of us have read or seen that chart. So whatever efforts you did, that in a way couldn't materialize. So this is something that you can take care. Coming to the evaluation, TM Shashi did a great job. He spent 2.17 second on recommendation part and 0.49 second on the recommendation part. However, my experience is that it should be a bit balancing way. You could have spent little less time on the recommendation and little more on the recommendation, so that could have helped the speaker better. Toastmaster Akshay, I think you are in a bit hurry, so you missed to capture all the details about the Toastmaster rhythm. So I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to evaluate Toastmaster rhythm speech because it is the job of yours. So it is as per the Toastmaster rules. You, I think, finish everything in less than 1.5 minutes. Timer will give the right report. As per my time record, you covered recommendation in 35 seconds, and then 30 seconds you took to give recommendation. So you could have done more justice to his speech. Toastmaster Prashant, so you evaluated the speech well. You followed the CR approach. You missed the last C. And one thing which I realized in your evaluation that you repeated two information. First, you started asking question about what were the 4 points in Reena's speech, and then you explained them, and then again you talk about those speeches correlating with her speech. So in that way, you took 3.26 seconds to give commendation only, and for recommendation, I know that in Reena's speech, it is there are very few recommendations, and it's very challenging for us to find it as well. But yeah, you could have spent less time on the commendation part. Coming to our auxiliary report, Toastmaster Harsh, I really like the way when you introduced your role and when you gave about the timing, you talked about the timing. So I have seen people struggling to say the right time at that point of time, so especially at the second part. So they missed the second part, you did that very well. Second thing which I really liked about your role today, that you were showing the red card till the time the speaker is here or was here. Yeah, and what I really observed that he was putting his once he was putting the red card on the right hand, and when he was feeling tired, he was using this left hand. So really, have a round of applause for it. Toastmaster Shreya, you explained it very well. Only one suggestion to you, that whenever we present our report here, we need to try to do something new with that report. Coming and just saying that these many hours, these many sources, it's normal report. So we need to try to make it something different. Let's try different ways to do it. Yeah. Toastmaster Avinash, great job done. It was first time you have taken the role, and I think let's have a round of applause for Toastmaster Avinash. You did proper justice to the report. One thing that you missed, that the word of the day was spoken by 3 or 4 team members, Toastmaster that you missed. So we need to take the number. We need to talk about the number. Yeah. Toastmaster Abhishek, you need to be a bit loud when you're talking. And second part, that recommendation I have for you is that whenever any evaluator is giving speech here or giving the evaluation, he or she should not focus only on that particular person. He needs to address everyone. In your case, when you are talking about Toastmaster Bakul and Toastmaster Bhanu, you are looking towards them. Ideally, we should be looking towards the entire people. Coming to the table topic master, you did justice to your role. Only one suggestion to you, that we need to explain the OREO report as well. So OREO stands for opinion, reason, example. Yeah. So this is what you missed. Apart from that, you did justice to your role. General feedback, there were 2 speakers who came late. One evaluator came late, timer came late, our counter came late. So we need to be on time. If we are taking a role, it is our responsibility to be here by 10:15. Another point, there was 6 speakers today. I'm not taking guests, I'm talking about member. So the general practice we follow here is, we need to, when we come on the stage, we shake hand. When we leave stage, we shake hand. There were 6 speakers who missed that. I'm not going to take name, and few of them were a bit senior as well. 3-time content. So I think which is not the good practice. When our SAR is specifically telling that we need to turn our phone on silent mode or switch off, we need to follow that. With that, it was a great report. Great. So you passed that test. It was again part of my evaluation thing. It was a great meeting, and let me hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bhanu and Toastmaster Bakul.
Yes.
Right. So who are the table topic speakers? TM Vivek. You just raise your hand. Then TM Ankur, yeah. TM Surrinder, right? TM Hetal, Hetal guest. Then Lokesh and Saket, right? Okay. So people should know, who's
qualified or
Has everyone qualified? Yeah.
Saket, 40 seconds, minimum 1 minute. You started very well. You could have completed 60 seconds. I wanted to vote you otherwise, in fact, because you demonstrated also, right?
Okay.
So with this, we invite our presiding officer, Dipanshu Jindal, to close the meeting.
What a great meeting it was. Yeah. So, Harsh, who all are qualified, can you speak with it? Like, who are, like, just tell us the disqualification.
Disqualified team
already voting for
Saket, okay.
And then body language evaluator.
Body language evaluator.
And then evaluator TM Prashant, TM Shashi, 3 minutes
3 minutes 30 seconds.
30 minutes more. Then
So he took 3 minutes 30 seconds.
Exactly.
So he's qualified.
TMOD.
Okay, bye. TMOD was 15 minutes.
Let's do it then. Yeah. So what do you recommend?
Let's vote.
Okay, sir. Okay, let's vote with this one. Really great meeting we had today. How many, by a show of hands, how many of you would like to go to Amarnath Yatra?
Yeah.
See, that's the power of, amazing speakers we have today. Not wasting any more time, I will request everyone to please vote for the, please vote. There's a link on the WhatsApp group, and for the guests, please reach out to your nearest member. They will help you with the QR code and you can scan it and vote. While you are having voting, let's have the guest feedback. For the guests, just share, please share how do you like a meeting, any feedback you have for us. Yeah, sure. So, Sept, would you like to come?
So I don't know the format of feedback here. I mean, this was my first time, and I really enjoyed the structure of this 2-hour 15-minute session. I feel everyone is evaluating everyone, so that's like a feedback loop that we've created. So I really like that part, and yeah. So anything?
Yeah.
Any suggestions? Should I read more?
No, just anything.
I mean, enjoyed a lot. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Your feedback? Yeah, you can speak.
It was very good. The whole evaluators were, especially the sign and grammatical. It was overall development of the speech. That's good. And the part of the table topic is to create critical thinking.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today's topics our ultimate Amarnath track is very informative. It's giving information about how we should prepare to go track, and today's table topic sessions I have never seen is very inspiring. We should try.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so overall I enjoyed it and I'm hoping to learn more from this session, So I really enjoyed Bakul's and Bhanu's session. Second, I also really liked Shreya's and Reena's speech. That was very informative and yeah, hoping to be like them soon.
This is definitely the right move. Thank you. And your feedback.
Hello, this is not our first session as a guest, and as usual, it is very enjoyable. And I like many things like the story of a man's spider story, and I like the starting officer breaking ice breaking speech, and I know many things about Amarnath Yatra. So
thank you. Your feedback.
One more thing. I want to know what is CR for the approach.
Yeah. So in Toastmasters, in evaluation, we recommend it's not a hard and fast rule. So this is CRC approach. So commendation, recommendation, commendation. Commendation are the good things about the speech. Recommendation, what the person can improve. Commendation, again. So the whole point of evaluation is to encourage the speaker. So that's how it is.
So the best part is that it's like a corporate world. Everyone is judging each one like that. Someone is managing time, someone managing English, how we speak, someone managing how we using the saw and like that. So it's very good, very impressive for me.
So one correction, we are not judging, we are evaluating.
Yes, I'm just saying that I'm not good in communication, that's why I joined, so that's why I'm saying that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Since everyone is qualified, we'll have first is best auxiliary role play. We have Grammarian Toastmaster Avinash, Accountant Toastmaster Shreya, and Timer Toastmaster Harsh. Who do you think has won this award?
And also body language, right?
Body language is in the main event. Harsh, Avinash, Shreya. The award for best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Harsh.
He did a great job. Yes.
Second award is the best evaluator award. We have 4 evaluators: Toastmaster Shashi, Toastmaster Akshay, Toastmaster Prashant, and our body language evaluator, Toastmaster Abhishek Soni. Who do you think has done the job the best? Shashi. Prashant, Shashi. Anyone else? So the award for best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Shashi. Best table topic speaker award. We have amazing table topic session and amazing table topic speakers. Who do you think did the best?
There were 2-3 good speakers today.
But the award goes to only one. It goes to our VP Education, Toastmaster Vivek. Best Role Play Award. We have TMOD, Toastmaster Bakul and Toastmaster Bhanu. Amazing general evaluation session, Toastmaster Ganesh. Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Aparna. And Jokemaster, Toastmaster Shruti. Who do you think?
Toastmaster Bhanu, Toastmaster Bakul.
Yes, then they are the who will
You have to clear it now.
Maybe time to certificates.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Thank you so much.
The last but not the least award for the best speaker. 3 wonderful, wonderful speeches. We have Toastmaster Shaayaan, Toastmaster Reedam, and Toastmaster Reena. Who do you think did the job best?
It's tough. We will not say the name.
The award for best speaker goes to Toastmaster Shaayaan.
I'm failure.
What's the time, sir? 47. Okay, so we have to end our meeting on time. With this, thank you all the guests, all the members for joining, making this meeting possible. I'll end on a very beautiful quote, which is by Simon Sinek, which also resembles our Toastmaster journey, that the goal is not to be perfect tomorrow. The goal is to be better today. Thank you. Please join us for the snacks. Mrs. Oh yeah, sorry.
Selfie.
Yeah, we forgot to